Welcome! These are going to be general readings for the month of October for those who resonate with the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. I welcome you all to come into this with an open heart and an open mind. Sometimes messages will take a few days, a few weeks, even a few months to resonate. So if later down the line something clicks, it means it was your message. That's fantastic. And if not, you can release it. You don't need to take on any energy that feels foreign if it doesn't seem to resonate. If it doesn't fit your circumstance or scenario, girl, bye. You don't have to take that energy on, all right? Let's have fun. My intent for these messages is to help you, to give you some insight, some guidance, an outsider perspective. Sometimes that's all you need. But yeah, we'll see what we can get from our Taurus squad for the month of October. Happy Libra season to you. Happy early Halloween. I love Halloween. I hope you all are going to get dressed up and go out and do something fun. Go dancing on Halloween, right? Monster Mash. Everything you want to know about this video will be in the description box below, including the decks I'm using, which is Halloween Tarot, by the way, given to me by my dear Aquarius friend. As well as my social media channels. I'm the Intuitive Teacup on Facebook and Instagram. If you are interested in social media, check me out there. If not, what's up? We'll hang out on here on YouTube. All right, so I'm doing beginning, middle, end of month. Do your own timeline, whatever resonates. Interesting. All right, so you have Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands reversed, and the Queen of Cups. Taurus, I think this is someone making an offer to you, but they get sidetracked. And I wonder if somebody beats them to the punch. Hold on, I just want to make sure I have the message here. Oh, okay, this is actually really funny. So there is someone headed towards you to make potentially a love offer, a romantic offer. Knight of Cups, Piscean energy, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It doesn't have to be a water sign, but romantic, kind of flirty, dreamy, hopeless romantic, very much in tune with their emotions. Someone who's very sensitive, someone who's very in tune with spirituality, with nature. It's like they are on, nights bring change and movement into our life. So it's like they're on their way and they get distracted or stuck. This is the same person. It's like they're coming in with an offer and then it's like they're thrown into the upside down. There's a nice little Stranger Things reference there somewhere. Something happens and they don't make it to you. You are presenting as the Queen of Cups this week, Taurus, or this month, I should say, rather. There's a couple different things going on here. This is either someone trying to get to you and they have to ask a friend or a counterpart or a family member to relay the information to you because they're not able to get to you themselves because, again, they're upside down. Something got their, like they got a flat tire or this or that, and like, or, you know, their phone went dead and they couldn't send you the text message, so somebody else has to deliver the message to you. The other option for this is there's interference in that they're almost third-party energy, but here's the thing, I don't think it's either one of you necessarily that is involved in a third party. It's like there's some sort of divine intervention, and I don't know if it's good or bad yet. I mean, if it's divine intervention, ultimately it's for good, but here's what I'm getting at. This card all the way to the very end, this Knight of Cups, there's this ghost coming in that is a distraction that ultimately leads to this knight not delivering the message to you. Then that same distraction, that same ghost, it appears to you. And it's something like that ghost is making an offer. And I don't know if it's on behalf of your person or in place of your person. It's almost like this isn't going to be for everybody. But if there's someone in your life who you have a bad sense about, like they seem kind of shysty, like they're flirting with you even though they know you're in a committed partnership, that person may be running some schemes in the background, trying to manipulate the situation to keep you two apart. It could potentially be a fire sign. Interesting. It's like water and water. And yeah, this is you, Taurus. I don't know why, I feel it. So you may have strong Cancer in your chart. You might be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But yeah, it's like The knight sets off to deliver a message, but he's unable to do it. So either there's help involved and someone delivers the message for him, or whatever it is, assists in the situation. You know, your husband can't pick up the kids, so his best friend has to go and do it and drop off the kids, and that's that. It could be something as simple as that. But in terms of like romantic expressions of love, it's almost like that. I feel like this is a classic scenario in movies where somebody writes a letter and they send it off to their love, but somebody grabs the letter so that it doesn't make it there, and there's mass confusion. Now this person doesn't think that person likes them, and like there's a little bit of that. It's like Cruel Intentions, that movie, what is that based on? Dangerous Liaisons. This feels kind of like soap opera-y, Taurus. How interesting. Oh, you got a juicy one. This is interesting. So that's not going to be for everyone. Obviously, that's one storyline that's coming through here. I'm so sorry about that, Taurus. I was coughing so bad, I just had to pause you. Something about the message doesn't make it. You have the card of reciprocity, which to me is talking about like an equal back and forth. The message put out is also the message received. It's not. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. That seed that was meant to grow into something beautiful, it's like it was stopped. So something about this to me, again, communication, Wheel of Fortune, okay, delay. I was just about to end, okay, and happiness. I think this is going to end up okay, but interesting. Forewarned is forearmed. I don't usually do these type of readings, but the message is so clear to me here, somebody needs to hear it. There's interference of why this communication, which is being displayed as a seed, a relationship that is meant to be nurtured and grown between these two potential, it's not water signs because you're an earth sign, Taurus, but people who have very strong emotions and affection for one another. I'm sorry. Because the interference is appearing as a ghost, granted, yes, I know it's Halloween Tarot, something about this says to me the universe is orchestrating this behind the scenes. I'm sorry, you guys, for the coughing. Bear with me here. There is something about this is being divinely guided, how I was giving you that scenario of the classic, like, rom-com story where there's miscommunication and the girl leaves because the guy's message didn't make it. That's what this feels like. There is a missed opportunity. I said this to another sign, actually. I wonder who it was. Oh, it was Capricorn. Might be dealing with another earth sign, a Capricorn. There was a missed opportunity, and it involves direct communication. Something about fate and destiny takes over, and look at his face. It's in agony. It's fearful. I sent the message. What do you mean you didn't get it? Like, something goes... something gets messed up. Something gets wacky, but it was divinely guided. Fate, destiny, cycles, meant to be. A stroke of good luck, even though you might not actually see it that way. Here's the thing, before you guys all give up hope and throw your hands in the air, this delay is getting you mentally ready. It's preparing you for major, major transformation into happiness, into sunlight, glory, birth, renewal. Talk about a perfect environment in which you can grow a seed. Look at those sunflowers. They are ripe. They are healthy. They are blooming. So something about the timing of this is actually very cute the more I look at it. It's frustrating in the moment because you guys are sort of in the dark about, I don't know if someone was anticipating a message or someone was just so excited to surprise somebody with it and they couldn't. There is a delay in communication. That's what this Knight of Wands is. So for a select few of you, I had mentioned the whole idea of third-party interference, cruel intentions, dangerous liaisons. Most of you, that's not the case. For one or two of you, it might be. It could be a Scorpio who's doing some sort of behind-the-scenes trickery. It doesn't have to be. Again, or a fire sign. For most of you, this is divinely guided. Destiny, God, the angels, whatever you believe in. Something about the timeline here, if you two were to meet on the same like a space and time continuum, if your dots were to align to this point right now together, that relationship would not succeed and grow in the way it could if you just give this a little bit more time. And I don't know exactly why this delay is happening, but you guys are being asked to make the sacrifice of being together for just a little bit longer, because something about your two paths crossed but then ricocheted or deflected for a reason. I think I said this to Leo as well. You might be dealing with a Leo. There's a reason why you can't be together, but it has to do with your ultimate goals and wish fulfillment and overall happiness, joy in life. This is the card of Leo, so it might involve a Leo or another fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah, very interesting. I keep going back to this Wheel of Fortune. The time wasn't right. This message could not have been delivered with the same impact, with the same emotional reaction one was hoping for. It's like Spirit is deciding to block. I just heard cock block. Block the opportunity to make it even better. And I do think it involves the same pairing of people. But yes, something about this universe is like, stop. Not yet. Like, it's not ready yet. Don't do the big curtain reveal because we're still moving the pieces around behind stage. Like, we're not ready for the grand finale. We're not ready for the big opening night. Some of you may be involved in arts and entertainment, like theater or something. That metaphor just came through. Interesting. All right, so that's beginning of the month, Taurus. Good Lord. So then you have the Five of Bats reversed. Okay. So this is the Five of Swords in the upright, which is sometimes mental games and mental conflict. It's coming up in the reverse, though, so I don't hate that. Something about peace of mind and clarity may come in later on. Oh, you guys. And then we have the King of Cups, the King of Ghosts, the divine counterpart to the Queen of Cups, which in this spread is representing you, Taurus. I think Leo also had this in their spread. There might be something in that reading for you. Leo's had a rough reading. I'm not going to lie to you, but yeah. Anyway, those cards were both present in that spread. And then you have an Ace of Bats, a new communication. Okay. There's something here about, like, absence makes the heart grow fonder. Like, the longer you guys are apart, the more you desire it. But it's not in, like, a, like, hot sexual passion sort of way. I mean, I think there's a lot of passion between you, but it's in a very pure, loving, like, long-term emotion. Someone you would potentially like to build and grow a family or a life with. There's something very like Shakespearean about this. The idea of, like, little fairies interacting with different lovers and setting them down a different path, like messing with fate or destiny. What are the fairies in? Is it a Midsummer Night's Dream? Puck or something? Something about that is coming through. Things are being orchestrated behind the scenes that you don't know about. And it does result in some sort of clarity or new truth or new communication. The communication does get to the Queen, to you, eventually, Taurus. But it's something like it's being delivered by a different person or in a new way. Hold on. Something about your Knight of Cups wasn't presenting in the best light or the best way that they could. It's something about they had, like, again, this ghost, this fairy, this divine intervention, this angel. It was something like the message was blocked so that your Knight of Cups could go back to the drawing board And like, I don't know how to say this in a articulate way, but it had to do with like making themselves better, so that when they present the offer to the Queen of Cups, they're presenting not as the Knight of Cups, but as the King of Cups. A divinely guided, or divine pairing, divine partnership. There was room for growth on the King's part. Again, masculine, feminine, it doesn't matter so much. You can sort of toss gender out the window. Your person, the offer they were presenting you with, maybe the universe didn't think you were going to take the bait, you weren't going to bite, and yet universe, I think, wants you to be with this person, or consider this person, reconcile with this person. Maybe this is a family member you've had troubled relationships with, whatever it is. But the offer that they were extending, the cup they were extending, it wasn't as good as it could be. So again, universe was like, not just yet. Just like, hold. Like, just give it another 20. Like, let's let this marinate and cook a little bit longer, so that when they come forward, there's been some sort of mental baggage that they've released themselves from that allows them to communicate more clearly. And it makes their message all the more powerful. It hits like a ton of bricks. It has a lot of gusto and bang to it. Sort of like the idea of it sweeps you off your feet, Taurus. Yeah, it has to do with, this is so interesting, Taurus. It has to do with the original offer or message that they were sending to you. It's not that it wasn't sincere. They had a sincere heart, but it wasn't as good as it could have been, or it may have been worded in a way that was misconstrued. And so, again, it's like Spirit took them out of the game so they could sit on the bleachers and understand the game better, so that when they went back out on the field, they were ready this time. Their head was in the right, they were in the right headspace. And it has to do with their emotions and their message of love. Because otherwise you may not have, the idea of like fishing, you may not have bit on the line. You may not have understood just how deep their love ran, and you may have dismissed it as just another empty offer. And so while they were put on pause, something about Spirit was delivering something to you so that you could focus on yourself, potentially your work endeavors. Or this could even represent, again, how I was saying, third-party interference. Even in that case, you may have dated somebody casually thinking maybe the Pisces you were waiting for wasn't coming. So there may have been like a casual date here. You may have met up with someone for coffee. But this original person is coming back, and they're presenting even better now. They're presenting as a king. And I say presenting, I don't mean to say that it's a false, like a guise, a put on. It's not. There was something that needed to grow. There was something that needed to be enhanced. That is the word. The message that they were originally sending didn't pack the same gusto or force or sentiments. It needed to be reworked. It needed to be enhanced to really like get the biggest bang for your buck, to get that emotional connection. This could all be a metaphor for someone out there writing a screenplay or a book or whatever. The idea of you're almost ready to unleash your project to the world, but you hold back, you refrain, because you feel like there's just one little change that you could be making that's going to completely, again, enhance the story, enhance your creative project, the painting, the book, the whatever you're doing, and kind of sending a message out to the world to be loved, to be admired. There's like a secret formula or a secret ingredient that you were otherwise missing. You needed to be illuminated to that, so that way when your message is delivered, it's not met with complacency. It's not met with this, ugh, I don't want it. It's the opposite. Again, people want to hang around you. It is, people want to hold onto it, to grab onto it. They want, something about it is very enticing. This message needed to be enhanced so that it was more enticing. Sorry, Taurus, my camera froze there. All right, so let's move on to end of the month. This is a very interesting reading. Actually, I'm going to clarify this Five of Swords real quick. Reversed. So it's really not mental head games or mental gymnastics. It's coming to some sort of clarity, again, an epiphany of how to change this message or this piece of poetic expression ever so slightly that, like, it's going to be a slam dunk. Rather than something that, like it bounces off the backboard, like in basketball, it goes around the rim, it ricochets off. It's a slam dunk because you took the time to nurture it that much more. Clarify Five of Swords for Taurus. Clarify Five of Swords for Taurus. Yeah, surprise. It has something to do with the amount of followers or the idea of the fish you catch in your net. Again, you want the biggest bang for your buck. You want to impress and collect the most amount of followers, of subscribers, fans, cheerleaders, viewers that you can with this emotional offer. You don't want to present your cup, your love, your artistic piece of work and have people be very like meh about it, complacent, just like, I've seen better. You don't want that reaction. You want to, again, hit a home run, slam dunk, whatever metaphor it is to you. You don't want you don't want people to waver back and forth on their opinion, like, well, I like this, but I don't like that. And this could be your person. I just realized I kind of flip-flop the roles, so I'm still thinking it's the message that's coming to you, but this again could be a giant metaphor for your artistic career or your some sort of work endeavor. Anyway, the reception of this message of love or this expression of one's soul, their love, their poetry, whatever, they don't want the reception to waver. Something about back and forth, wiggle room, like I like this, but I don't like that. You, again, slam dunk, home run, no, like stick the landing. That's sort of what this was. End of the month, releasing of burdens, the Ten of Wands, the Emperor, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. All right, interesting. So releasing the burdens of not being able to communicate that message when and where and at what time you wanted. At first it was a source of frustration or confusion, but I think you recognized that you were being held up for a reason, almost to the point where you're like, oh, thank God I didn't publish my piece when I was going to. Because something about the timeline of, had you posted this on social media 3 days before, it wouldn't have reached the audience had you not thought of, like, I don't even know, like that perfect hashtag, or had somebody not endorsed your thing, you would have launched it way too soon. Or I'm just telling you, divine timing is at work here, and it's for your highest good. It's so all your dreams and wishes can come into the forefront, can come true, to illumination, happiness, joy, fruition, creativity. There's a reason why you're being held up. So if you feel like, yeah, it's like karma or destiny are like screwy right now, it's for a reason. Particularly so that you can capitalize on like some sort of financial deal or endeavor, build your empire if you're going into business for yourself. So Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Pumpkins, the card of Virgo, by the way, it's coming up in reverse because this is the slowest moving knight in the deck. Something about this is saying you can throw out your timelines. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the deck, but he's also the most reliable. He has a game plan. He has a backup plan to the backup plan. He's very strategic, but very well organized and reliable. Something about this is like throwing caution to the wind, it's giving up control, holding on to the seed and giving it up to God, to the universe, because it's almost like acknowledging and knowing they know what's best for you. If they're stopping you, if they're delaying your progress or process, it's for a reason. So rather than resisting it and fighting it and holding a grudge and being frustrated, you're being asked to go back to the drawing board for a reason. It's almost like, this is a weird way to phrase it. In this one particular circumstance or project, you don't necessarily have control of the timeline of it. Again, the idea of giving it up to God, giving it up to spirit, to the universe, they are holding back or not allowing you to release this message, this thing to the world or to the person you love, because they're trying to get you the biggest bang for your buck. They want it to be successful. They want it to be fortuitous. They want you to have great fortune and success with this. They want it to be very solid. And how I was saying, there's no room for wavering opinions. Like, I kind of like this, but I don't like that. Something about the Emperor, it's very definitive. It's very firm in its standing. There's no wiggle room. The Emperor doesn't make a decision going, well, I don't know. Like, he's like, no, this is it. This is how we're doing it. It's sort of my way or the highway. And it's funny because that's sort of what spirit is not allowing you to have at this moment. You don't have control over it. Control will come. Control over this process or this progress or this product will come when you release it, when you give it up. And it's essentially raising your vibe to have faith in the universe, that spirit's got your back. If this empire is destined to succeed, and it is, it's in alignment with your desires, with your dreams, your goals. It may not fall in line exactly with your expectations. It might be all the more better. This is saying don't fear the unknown. You're being thrown some curveballs. I'm getting all these sports metaphors. Maybe some of you work in like the like sports or athletic industry. I don't really know what that would be, but your launch date, the timeline in which you want to send a message, it's delayed for a reason, so go with it. Center of your spread is King of Ghosts, the King of Cups, the King of Love. What you love will come to fruition. Give it time. Don't rush the process. What else? And it's a divine counterpart to this Queen. So for those looking for a love reading, this is very optimistic to me. What do we need to know about this King of Cups? I almost called you Virgo. For Taurus. For Taurus. You may have a water sign that's going to play a huge role in your life. Maybe there'll be a mentor of sorts. Maybe there'll be a romantic partner. Another sign of the water. Piscean energy with the moon. Going off into the unknown. Illusions. Things are dark when the moon is out. It talks about cycles, right? The dawning of a new day. The sun will rise and set. And you do have the sun. Illumination, clarity, like understanding. That is coming, but right now, yeah, there's miscommunication, there's a misinterpretation, something is not fully understood because it's shadowy. You can't really see the path ahead of you. This is saying, have faith. You're being called in this direction for a reason. What awaits you is going to be rock solid and steady and powerful. The Emperor is powerful. Don't give in to your inner fears that are telling you not to go down this path, or that are telling you that it's like letting devil energy take a hold of you, your lower vibration that you want to give up because the timeline that you had in mind didn't work. Keep going down this road into the unknown. I think that's what I'm going to call your video. Yeah. Misfortune in reverse. Again, we've been saying this the entire time. The original timeline or due date you had in mind, by not producing that work or launching that piece or that business or that project at the original time, you are avoiding a tower. You are avoiding a great misfortune. Something needed to be reworked, enhanced. The recipe needed to be changed to ensure maximum success and love and reception. to win the heart of the person you love, you know, metaphorically, right? Something needed to be put on pause, on delay. Spirit, divine intervention has been orchestrating this entire thing. So just give it up to God. Let it be. Show up to the table, do the work, but don't try and control every piece and part of the timeline. What's meant to be will come in for you. All right, Taurus, that's what I got for you. Please do like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates for you, and I will see you beautiful Tauruses next time. Bye!